welcome you to this live broadcast. This is Biafra Global Network. I want to greet you wherever you are, Biafrans, lovers of freedom all over the nations of the world. I thank you for your time, and as I always make known, my name is Kelechi Ambrose, and I am also one of the people in the Autopilot Media team, IPOB, bringing information, bringing facts and analysis to you. Today we have something critical to reveal to our people. The one interesting thing is that all these terrorists and these Fulanese, who are trying to invade our land or invading our lands and also trying to take over what belonged to us, are always making revelations from time to time. When they kidnapped the primate of the Anglican Church, the Methodist Church, sorry, they took money and they made revelations. Some other times they have kidnapped, and the things they are doing, they keep making revelations. But interestingly, our people are always forgetful. We always treat things, with trifling gloves. We deal with things as if they are not serious, as if they are not important, because we're concerned about just going our normal lives, doing our normal businesses and going on. But today I'm going to be speaking to us on a notorious terrorist leader in the north, who is one of these. We have so many terrorist organizations in the north, and one of them is called Alero Audu, and he made a critical revelation, to BBC. But before I go on to that, I want to let you know, Biafrans, that it is important for us to reiterate this over and over to you, especially the youth. We have to be wise. Please desist from any protests on the streets. Our leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have said it. Please keep away from the streets so that you don't get killed. These people who have been sacked in our midst, these DOS sacked members, they are no more working for the interest. They have not been working for the interest of the people. They have been covered all this while by our leader. But obviously, we are aware, and if you have common sense, that they are part of those who have caused the extra rendition or the kidnap of our leader. And how do you know this? You don't even need to be there to know. From the actions, their inactions, their actions, everything they've been doing, you can prove that these people are actually not working for the interest of Biafrans, and these people have a hand in the kidnap of our leader. Evidences have been shown, things that have been said by them, actions that have been taken by them can prove all of these. So you don't need a soothsayer or a prophet to tell you this. That is why you have to, desist from any order they give. Remember, they are sacked. They don't represent your interest. So if you get yourself killed along the line, we heard some of the youths, those people who are coming out to protest. Some have been shot. Yes, one has already been prepared to be buried. And some others too will be shot. If you don't desist from getting involved in protest, you are not told to protest. The spokesperson of Biafra had already issued, that's Mazi Simon Ekpa, has already issued, a disclaimer to the call for protests. Now, what they are saying is that the protest is not for IPOB, it is for autopilot, it is for Igbo youths. Please, no matter what they call it, under whatever name or guise, don't get involved. Don't get involved in any protest on the street. Please, to save your life so that you can see Biafra. We are telling you, they are setting you up. Some of you will be killed. You have to be careful. They want to drag the young people out. They know they know what they are doing. They know that they want to get and reduce our numbers. They are sponsored by the governors. Remember, the governors give them money to make sure that Anambra State election holds. Now, for them to even entertain that opportunity that they got from the governors, to make some money, to allow Anambra's state election to hold and to have a so-called political solution, tells you that they're actually working in tandem with these people. And what Mazin Namdekano has never ever done. Our leader has never ever done it. Have you heard anywhere where our leader sat to negotiate and collected money and then to permit something to happen, whether whatever guys, whether election or whatever? He could listen to the internal plea from the people. Say, please let this happen. Let's just allow them to go for election when he cancels, and then he permits it. But our leader have never ever sat down with them to say, with these politicians, to ever do anything like that. But here we are now, the people that claim that he left them, to be in care of in the name of command and control. He left them to be in care of the body, until he's back. Whereas they were the ones who sold him and wanted him to die, thinking he's not going to be back. They are there coming to tell you that's a political solution. And then they have collected money. And then they cancel every potent action. And what they want you to continue to do is to come out on the streets and be screaming. When they see what happened in the NSAS program, in the NSAS protest, which I was part of, people killed in Lekki toll gates there, right there in my face, in my eyes. Lots of people dropping dead, and yet they are telling you that nobody died. The same politicians who killed the people, the same government who killed the people in cold blood. Yet they are telling you that they are arranging and discussing with the same government they know don't keep to their words, the same government they know are not for the interest of the people, the same government they know if they want to discuss. The problem is that we are not always very smart, as we always claim, Biafrans. Because the truth here is that when you see a Biafran that is smart, smart. Yes, we are smart people. We're intelligent people. But when you see the one that is foolish, he's extremely foolish. They subject their brain to non non-important issues. They you just wonder how they behave. When you see them react, the way they talk, the way they act, you just wonder what kind of people are these. But before I go further, to talk about critical matters here, I will introduce myself. My name is Kelechi Ambrose, and your humble servant in this movement that we are in, the liberation stage, and of course under the direction of the spokesperson of Biafra, Mazi Simonepa, and of course under the supreme leadership of our leader, Mazi Nnamdi. We are working assiduously to make sure that we liberate ourselves, and of course the mandate has been there. The target is 2023 maximum. We're out of Nigeria, and we're all making it to come to pass. Um, Please, I want you to click the subscribe button, and also share this video, like it, and share it to all your social media platforms, so that people can watch and know what is happening, so that they can also get the good news and get the information they need to get, and get the details they need to get. Please share this video so that people can know what is going on, and then people can also be informed. We want to reach out as much as possible from all our platforms, from all the autopilot media personnel. We are publishing and doing lots of work to see that we have this information go out, all out, so our people can know what is happening. And you that is watching right now, you are an agent of publicity. You are an agent for the publicity of this movement, and for the increase of this movement, and for the global announcement of this movement and our freedom. So what you just need to do is just to subscribe, click the subscribe button, and then you share the video. You like the video, you share it around, so people also can hear. You are part of propagating the gospel of Biafra. By doing that, you're also making the people to see that yes, we are everywhere. When you spread, the more we spread it, rather than copying and sharing the porous and the stupid posts, and the broadcast of all these evil people, rather than posting and sharing what they do, and their broadcast and everything they post. Please, Decease, you are only promoting them. Rather, promote the ones that is actually causing us to get our freedom, and what we are doing. That's what you should promote. These are the things you should take, the actions you should take, the actions you should take. So please do that, and we move from there, and we keep on doing what you are doing now. Coming to the head story, before I go into other details, before I go to the head story, which has to do with the interview, the Audu Alero, the one, a notorious bandit leader responsible for the killings of so many people in the north, and his target is the south, that is Biafra land. He has said it, he's still saying it, and of course he's not working alone. Now, one thing you should understand is this: the federal government of Nigeria is actually sponsoring terrorists. Sorry for that break. There's a distortion. I don't know why they break. And so I think it's the network. So now these terrorists and this, just like what happens in Libya and everywhere, they begin to have fractions. Everybody having their own interest. Everybody wants to be in control. Everybody wants to be in charge. So you begin to see different factions. So now that you are seeing the attacks in Abuja and all of that, doesn't mean that the government is not sponsoring terrorism. Because some of us will say, if the government is sponsoring terrorism, then why are they coming to attack the government? That's what some of us will say. But the truth here is that the fact that they are attacking the government doesn't mean, and attacking the government house doesn't mean that they are not, the government is not sponsoring terrorism. The government first opened the doors and hired them and brought them in for their agenda. And of course, you have other militia groups under this same agenda, all of them sponsored by each person's interest. Each of those politicians, each of those Arab nations with their particular interest, that everybody have their interest. They just like when you go to Libya, you see different factions. This one fighting that one fighting this one. Libya, you see different factions. This one fighting that one fighting this one. So that they are looking for that seat, that power for control, so that through their own strength and power, exuding their own power over and overriding other terrorist groups. So each terrorist group is seeking for relevance and importance and control over the others, just like what the Taliban are doing. The ISIS and the Taliban, in Afghanistan, they are having this power tussle. The one wants to override the other. There are so many of them, not just the ISIS, other groups, other terrorist groups under the auspices of their terrorism program and Islamization program, global Islamization program. They begin to carry out attacks, and they attack each other also to lay their supremacy over the others and be in charge. Today, that the Taliban's are actually the superior. ISIS is struggling to take over. They are the second deadliest. After the Taliban, and then we have others also seeking to be relevant and see if they can exert control. Each of these terrorist groups are controlled from the same Islamic system, from the same Islamic people who have their different interests and their own modus, their own plots and all their designs, for what they want to achieve and all of that. So that doesn't mean that the government of Afghanistan is not, or the Taliban are not sponsoring terrorism. They are. You can see their policies and everything. America had to live there, and the international community had to live there, because you can't continue to sustain such when, when it is actually brutally evident that these people actually want they actually want what they want, and so they have to leave it. That is why the international community is not recognizing the government, because yes, they are terrorists, but what will you do? Since their people have their soldiers and their people are allowing themselves to be under such kind of platform. So what do you expect? You have to leave them to go on. So they have to leave the country. The same way also in Nigeria, different groups and different positions, different terrorist bodies are coming up with different names. They are looking for that oil in the south. They want to have control of that oil. They want to be the ones in charge of the oil. They want to be the ones in control, so that other terrorist organizations will be under them. ISIS want to be in charge. Boko Haram want to be in charge. Al Shabaab want to be in charge. Ansari want to be in charge. Whichever name and all the names they have, all of them in the northern side of Nigeria, all of them, they have entered the place. Remember, during the NSAS program, before the NSAS program, during the lockdown, because of the COVID, deceit, where they introduce a disease and begin to create vaccines to make money. That's what this international community is, the international community does. Especially the medical side, sponsored by so many of these people who are very rich. They create a disease, and then they bring it out, they unleash it, and then they begin to get you vaccines to protect yourself, so that they will make money. COVID is real, of course, very real, because they created the disease. They create it, and then they sponsor it, and then they begin to create vaccines to make more money. It's very easy. Just make something. Few people will die, and of course, we all know that the motive of this, the action, and the reason why they were doing it was because they wanted to get at Africans. They wanted to reduce the public and the population of Africa, and they think that they know that Africa is, populated, having the resources and everything, and of course, they target. That is why you see they were surprised that when COVID came out, Africa was still intact. Few people died, yes, but they didn't plague us as they expected. They thought it was going to be a mass extermination, of the people. But thank God, God is faithful. He's the creator. He has kept us, and we're all still here. And also, okay, let's go back to what we were saying. Now, these terrorists are seeking relevance and importance. Now, look at it in